Alright, so we're going to be targeting individual notes, and like I said, if we want to target the root, that means, say we're going to play in the key of C to make it easy. I did the F sharp thing, but let's just play in the key of C to make it easy. Any C that I'm looking at, so perhaps this one, this would be your C-shaped C in the C cage, of the key of C, encaged. So this C, just remember the GE is the root. Okay, so that would be the outer note. The outer note, this root right here would be the outer note in the G string shape, and the inner note in the E string shape. So from here you just remember GE, and you got your E shape here, and underneath that you have your G, that was the E shape, and then to the left you have the G shape. So remember, it's more than just memorizing, that you got a little string of 4 notes here. You have to know that it's the G shape right here is the 6/7 root. Okay, and the E shape is 7 root 2, and you know how they fit together now. This circle tells you how to do that. So roots GE, the second is the ED shape. So the second would be the D note, and the ED shape means I can go up a D shape, okay, D shape being 2, 3, 4, and down an E shape. So that was from the 2. Okay, going to the 3, we have a DC shape, and on the 4th we have a DC shape. So the 3rd would be here. DC shape would be, if this is the 3rd here, right? Our D shape does have a 3 here because it has a 3/4 that's shared with that C, and that's interesting. So it's going to be still in the D shape, and this is important to know where these little double notes are. So the D shape would be, and then to the C shape, going around, then we go to the 4th, which is also DC. So in the D shape, the 4th is the outer note. So here's the outer note in the D shape, 4. So we've got our 4, 3, 2, and 3, 4 is the shape in C. And they pretty much go up a pentatonic scale. So starting from C, we got C shape, then we go D shape. Okay, then you have the E shape, supposedly. All right, so after the E shape, we've got the C shape here to D, to E, to G. So it goes up a pentatonic scale as you're going down. As you're going up, it's encaged, right? So if we start from a C shape down here, it'd be C to A shape. A goes to G shape. G to E shape, but sharing the 7 and the root. And then to D shape, pivoting on that too. So that goes up in cage. So it's better to use cage when we're on the same string. Alright, so we've pretty much covered this chart and its uses. All you have to remember is root is GE, 2 is ED, 3 and 4 are DC, 5 is CA, 6 is AG, 7 is GE, and root is GE, because they share the 7 root and DC shares the 3 and the 4. So let's look at the next chart and see where this is going. What became important as I made these charts. So right here we have chart 142, eliminating string shape aliases, fitting the string shape patterns to the actual fretboard. Okay, that's something that needs to be talked about, the fitting the patterns. Eliminating string shape aliases. What are string shape aliases? Okay, let's look right here. Let's jump right into this. We have a half step to a whole step down here on both these string patterns. This is an E pattern and this is a C pattern. Okay, half step to a whole step could be a C string shape or an E string shape. So if you're playing along, somebody's playing some kind of a bass line or a rhythm thing, and you're doing, and you find out that this sounds good. You know, and you want to know, well, what key is he in? What's going on? Is that a 7 root 2, or is that a 3, 4, and a 5? That's the only thing it could be. So you have to decide that. That's what the aliasing problem is. And the same thing with a whole step to a half step. But we can use this stuff to our advantage. A whole step to a half step, we'll find out. So the 2, 3, 4 is the D string shape, and the 6, 7 root is the G shape string. That's example 1, string shape alias. Example 2. There's only 2 string shape aliases right there. So that's what's going on. So let's say we start on the 6th up here, 6, 7 root. Okay, if I know it's 6, 7 root, then what is root? Root is C. But if I just, somebody's playing something and I just play this and it just sounds good, it could be a 2, 3, 4. In that case, what would the C note be? What is C the 4th of? C is the 4th of G, so you'd be in the key of G there. Okay, instead of it being 6, 7 root. So how do we eliminate string shape aliases when you're playing a whole step or half step? Is it the 6th? It could only be 2 things. It's either the G shape 6th, 7th, or root, or it's this. It's the D shape 2nd, 3rd, or 4th. And when you're playing, or if you're playing in example 2, and this could only be 2 things, either a C string shape, which is the 3, the 4, and the 5th of that key, of the key of the song, or the 7th, the root, and the 2 of that song. So I wrote here the solution to the aliasing problem: know or decide what key you are playing in, or at least what scale degree you are playing. Okay, so here's a hint. You look at 1, 4, 5. You got in C, it's F, and then it goes to G7, right? So suppose you're playing, you're playing along, and you end up playing like the Mixolydian scale somehow. So you're going to 3, 4, 5 right there. You see, that way we know, because that Mixolydian, you know, because that's what the jam's about. Like, we're just jamming like this. So you do a little long pattern here. So it has to be a 3, 4, 5 there, because we're playing a G7. It couldn't be a 7 root 2 at that point. 7 root 2, because that would be in the key of